Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the Mental Wellness channel with Waihiga. If you are new here, I hope that you stick around and take a listen to what I have to share. Today, I'm going to be reading from the Daily Reflection and then we're going to talk about it. So let's get straight into it. Today's Daily Reflection is Happiness is Not the Point, and that is April the 26th. Today is Friday, April the 26th. I don't think happiness or unhappiness is the point. How do we meet the problems we face? How do we best learn from them and transmit what we have learned to others if they would receive the knowledge? And that's from As Bill Sees It, page 306. In my search to be happy, I changed jobs, married and divorced, took geographical cures, and ran myself into debt, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. In a 12-step program, I'm learning to grow up. Instead of demanding that people, places, and things make me happy, I can ask God for self-acceptance. When a problem overwhelms me, the 12 steps will help me grow through the pain. The knowledge I gain can be a gift to others who suffer with the same problem. As Bill said, that's the founder of a 12-step program. As Bill said, when pain comes, we are expected to learn from it willingly and help others to learn. When happiness comes, we accept it as a gift and thank God for it. As Bill Sees It, page 306. Happiness not being the point. That's a really good topic. My name is Waihiga and I am a recovering alcoholic. Let's get into it. In my drinking career, and for many years before I got sober, I used to think that the point of life was to be happy. In fact, that's why I drank the way I did, because I was looking for happiness. For me, alcohol was happiness in a bottle in the beginning, until it wasn't. But initially, my motive was to be happy, to be free. And that is why I drank. Honestly, that is why I drank. Did I think that I would end up going down the path I did? No, I did not. But I ended up going down the path that I did, into full-blown alcoholism. The way I lived my life, though, was always searching for happiness. And just because I got sober doesn't mean that ended. In fact, we used to live in Pretoria in South Africa. And why I moved from Pretoria back to Kenya, home, was I had this huge illusion in my mind, and I had this huge idea that moving back home was going to solve all my problems. Moving back to Kenya was going to solve my problems of identity. It was going to solve my financial problems. It was going to solve how bad I felt inside, how I felt like a loser, how I felt like I didn't fit in. I really felt like I didn't fit in South Africa. And I was tired of walking up to people and not being able to speak the language and not being able to relate with people and not feeling like I was at home. When I moved back to Kenya, that feeling multiplied. Nothing was magically solved because I came to Kenya. My identity crisis still increased, and it increased even more because I ended up drinking and hitting the bottle even harder. Not only could I not speak the language, so Kiswahili, Kikuyu, and now I couldn't relate to people that well because I've had a different experience growing up in South Africa. Now people are looking at me like, oh, you think you're all that. We're gonna humble you real quick. You know, you haven't been through our system. You don't know what life is like here. So I was an outsider in South Africa thinking that I'm coming to Kenya to be an insider. But I ended up being an outsider also in my own home country. And basically what I was running from is myself. I was running from accepting myself. I was running from self-acceptance. I was thinking that, fine, the next place I need to move to is like Australia, or I need to move to the US, and those people will accept me. Nobody is ever going to accept me just because I've changed my geographical address. And as an alcoholic, that is honestly how I solve my problems. If I just change scenery, if I change my address, If I move locations, everything is fine. 90% of my problems will be solved. If I get $1 million in the bank tomorrow, if I get $1 million in the bank today, we will solve 90% of my problems. Heck, we'll solve 99.9% of my problems. Even though I've never budgeted before, we'll work with it. We'll work with that $1 million. So I'm always placing my happiness on people, places, and things, expecting these places, so geographics. If I only move to Diani, if I only move to Los Angeles, if I only move to California, if I only move to Stockholm in Sweden, my life will become perfect. If I only get married to this person, if I only get married to this person, my life will be perfect. If I only lose 50 pounds, if I only lose 100 pounds, if I only gain muscle, if I get a six-pack, I will be so happy. If I only get Balenciaga, if I get what is it called? Bonata Vega, whatever that Italian thing is called. If I get Hermes, if I get Louis Vuitton, my life will be better. And most times it's not. But someone like me, an alcoholic, I need to go experience it for myself. I need to go do these things for myself to see that there is no rainbow at the end of, there is no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. In my video yesterday, I was talking about how wise people sit back and they watch other people. They watch other people's lives and they learn through the experiences of others. Yeah, I'm not going to do this. Me, how I learn is through personal pain. So I have to get to the end of my experiences with something for me to realize, oh, okay, I guess this isn't the point of life. I guess life isn't about materialism. I guess the point of life isn't actually being happy. And that was a big day when I realized that, because it relieved so much pressure off myself. So much pressure off myself. I don't know how and why we are sold this lie that we are here on earth to be happy. This life that we're living right now is not for happiness. We're here, I believe we're here on this earth to make certain decisions. And what we do here on this earth is going to make long-term repercussions. It's going to make long-term choices for us, for our souls. What we do with our lives here on earth. One of the things that I believe that we are here on earth to do is to have a relationship with God, is to have a relationship with the Creator. The Creator of all things, the Creator of creation. When you have a relationship with God, you start to realize even His own Son, when He came to this earth 2,000 years ago, He suffered. He wasn't happy all the time. He didn't live a happy existence. Jesus was not like rich and balling and all of that. Like, He walked and taught and relied on the compassion of the people that He taught on the way. The same way we are called to be in life. Life is not about happiness. Life is not about, I'm here to have a job that makes me happy. I'm here to earn a living that makes me happy. I'm here to do this that makes me happy. Just do the next right thing that gives me some sort of consistency. And consistency gives me predictability. Predictability gives me mundane. And mundane gives me a sense of joy. It really does, if you think about it. Stability, mundane, foundational, consistent life gives you a sense of joy. Happiness comes in bursts, and happiness is a bit spontaneous and almost immature. It comes, and as fast as it comes, it goes. But something like joy is spread out, and it's bubbling under, and it's long term, and it stays the course, and it spreads out for years. I'd much rather have that. I'd much rather build that slowly and surely, rather than get a buzz, catch a vibe, catch a hit, do that. Chasing these sparks of spontaneity and sparks of happiness that are so elusive, number one. Two, as soon as you catch that happiness, it's gone. And number three, it's a lie to begin with. It's not true happiness. True happiness is given to us through God. That's what I believe. So there's a lot of things that I would say. I think happiness is overrated. And the second that we stop looking at life like, oh, my whole point in life is to be happy. Just find you a job, find you a thing, find you something that fulfills you. Find you something that fulfills you, that energizes you, and something that you know you can help. I think when you find yourself doing something like that, that is much more satisfactory than looking for happiness. And we find satisfaction when we help people. We find fulfillment when we are working in our calling. And our calling normally has to do with helping other people. So like me working and doing these videos daily, it's something that doesn't pay me. It's something I do for free, but it is so fulfilling. I wouldn't say it makes me happy, but it's something that is so fulfilling. It makes me feel like I'm doing something one day at a time. I'm contributing to this world in some shape or form that is positive, unlike the way I used to not contribute to this world in a positive way. So those are my thoughts on the reading today. Let me know, do you think that happiness as a goal in life is overrated? And what's your mantra for life? Let me know in the comment section down below. Have a great weekend until next Monday. God willing, I'll see you then.